Two, one, go.
No, you don't say one.
Yeah, it just went live. That was pretty good timing.
Yeah, that was really good timing, boys. Welcome. This is the first Untitled Saturday Podcast with your hosts, Danno, the artist, Chanchito, or is it Chancho? How do you go by, Dara?
Bullshit. Same thing. Chancho.
Okay, perfect. We got Bhav. What the fuck is your Twitch name?
Oh, it's Macho King Sing because of MK Sing.
Okay. So we got Macho King Sing, and Jared, introduce yourself and your Twitch title.
Hello, my name's Gisway, or Jared, depending on. Shut up. And maybe one day I'll explain what my name stands for.
Yeah, I definitely am glad that I didn't say that because I was definitely gonna say Jizzway. So.
Yeah, everyone apparently is stupid and just doesn't understand how names work.
I'm sorry. Fuck me. Anyway, so this is the first episode of the Untitled Saturday Podcast, which you boys, we really are getting somewhere. So just a little introduction, because this will be posted in other places, and it's not just going to be live. So I, as well as these fine gentlemen here today, there are actually more people a part of the podcast, but we'll get into it later. Are all friends. Some of us are friends from high school, some of them are friends from middle school, whatever the case may be. But we all have interests in a lot of the arts, games, music, movies, all that shit. So what this podcast really is just us talking about shit and throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. So for today, boys, how was your week? How's your week been?
I'll go first.
Straws or what?
Bro, fucking started working at the cinema again here where I live. I'm not gonna say where I live. It's so stupid because we open the cinema we work, but we're not allowed to sell food. The government does not let us sell food, so we just sit around and just sell tickets.
Interesting.
And with the we have a curfew here. It's from 5 in the morning until 8. No, we're 8 p.m. until 5 a.m. Nobody has to be outside except for essential workers.
I see.
So, but we're not allowed to sell food or anything. We just sit around. I bring my Switch. We play Smash on the TV.
Not on the cinema screen?
Nah, bro, they're busy. We played. We had tournaments at the cinema before. No, I mean we had last Tuesday we had like 600 people.
What?
Yeah, 600 people,
Holy
bro.
shit.
I had my anxiety, and I was so angry, and my anxiety went up. Like, I'm so nervous. Like, everybody's packed, like families and stuff. I'm like, this is not safe at all.
That's fucked, actually.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I don't like this. I don't want to be here. I wasn't even supposed to go to work on Tuesday. They called me. It was like, can you come in, like, because we need someone to be on lookout. So people don't run into cinemas
today.
Yeah, no, I was like in
hands
bed,
on deck
and they're like,
situation.
"Yo, you want to come into work?" I'm like, "Fine, I'll come," because no one else is available. So sure, I'll come for money. And yeah, so yeah, work at the cinema now again.
That's good.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
My week has been okay. I've been sort of trying to prepare for this, so that's been on and off, kind of just something in the back of my mind. But working. New Smash Bros. Character came out, so that was exciting for me. That was pretty much the excitement of my week, to be honest with you.
I think it was the excitement for a lot of people's week, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's go. We got Pyra and Mithra titties. But yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. And hey, you know what? Lately, I've been on a diet, actually. I've been doing keto, which I did a couple years ago too, so it's nothing new. But I've been doing it with my girlfriend, and I've been doing it with my girlfriend. The diet, of course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you know what? It's been pretty good. But we went on a date and we cheated on the diet that day.
Y'all cheat on each other on a date?
On a date.
Yeah,
I know.
that's
Shit's crazy. Shit is crazy.
Y'all got the polygamy.
No, but we cheated on the diet that day, and we went to a place called Three Trees, and holy shit, that food is so fucking good. My favorite thing from there is called the Banana Burrito. It is it's basically like a burrito, but with a banana in the middle, so it's smoking hot. And then on the side, you got a fucking thing of whipped cream and a thing of ice cream. And oh my god, I'm sorry, but it is just the best thing I've ever fucking had. A true delicacy. But I will say, I felt like a fucking monster afterwards, because obviously I threw myself out of ketosis, which means I was just a slug, basically. More of a slug than like me
Hitting
being
that
like
keto flu.
You know what? No, not that bad. I actually have never really experienced keto flu, to be honest.
Oh, hot dog.
Yeah, but it was still rough. Because then I went home and I streamed that day. And let's just say I was in pain. And I was in pain for the next day too. But now we're good. We're back into it. You know, we're eating bacon and shit. And, you know, guacamole. But yeah, that was like the pinnacle of my week. What about you, Jared?
Jared died.
Jared died. Damn.
You don't want to know about my week.
You want to know?
I kind of want to know. That's yeah.
Okay, so most of the week was pretty normal.
Yeah.
And I work at a school as like a IT technician for just the context.
Yeah.
And my background is film. That's what I went to school for. And there's a teacher who had been showing a movie for many years, no problem, And for whatever reason, just recently there became a problem with it. And so she went to and talked to all the higher ups, like, hey, what can I do to keep showing this movie, blah blah blah. And they're like, if you make these adjustments, you can keep showing the movie in class. And she's like, okay. So then, next thing I know, they're in my office and they're like, hey, we need you to make these adjustments to this movie for us. And I said, oh, okay. Yeah, if you just give me the timestamps of when the adjustments are needed to be done, I can make my best effort at doing it.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, cool. And then within the hour, they came back and they had the timestamps for me, and I was like, okay, cool, thanks. And so then that was on Wednesday. I put it off a day because I was like, this is gonna take a couple days. I'd rather just start this fresh on a new day by itself. And so that's what I did. Thursday.
Movie.
Yeah. Some random movie. I don't know. It's like some indie Canadian movie.
Serbian film.
No.
Did it show titties?
Yes, it showed titties, and but that's not what I'd been working on. They had there's one sex scene in the movie. They're like, hey, cut this out, and I was like, cool, I can cut that out. But there's a 5, maybe 10-minute sequence where a man is being chased through the tundra, butt-ass naked.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And so, for my Thursday and Friday, for 5 hours a day, I was blurring just dick and butt.
For money.
For money, yes.
Dude, that's actually kind of sick. You get to be the censorship guy.
I do, but at the same time, it feels weird to come home and have someone be like, hey, what'd you do all day? And I was like, well, you see, at the school I work at all day, I was looking at dick.
Yeah, true.
And butts. And I was, yep.
You got paid for it.
Jared is coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what I did. I had just been censoring dick and butt for the last 2 days.
What a great use of your time.
Honestly, have nothing else going on.
That's okay.
So
That's
it was
interesting, though.
Yeah, I mean, my office is freezing cold because it's where the server is. So I just have, yeah. So I'm just sitting there disassociating in this small office, editing footage of a man in the Arctic as I'm freezing, myself. Just I'm shaking as I'm motion tracking, keyframing frame by frame a rectangle of pixels to blur out a man's dick.
I mean, did they show the sex scene anyway? If you censored everything out,
it's. I was looking at the movie on Friday. Right on the cover, it says the most erotic Canadian movie ever made.
Why are they showing this to children?
I want to search it up.
I don't know. You want to know the other thing? This movie's 3 hours long, and it's entirely in Inuktitut or whatever, like the Inuit language.
Wow.
Jerry, don't you also work at an elementary school, and that's where they're showing this?
No, high school.
Oh,
I was gonna say they're really just showing porn to kids now, huh?
I want to know why they're showing this movie to high school kids.
Her reasoning, I think, was something about
What, does it have like?
Well, it's just like it was
symbols
just
and
because.
shit?
Well, no, it was just because it was like I think she shows a movie for each kind of Aboriginal culture, and that's the movie she chose for Inuit.
Bro moment.
Yeah.
For a moment, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like now I'd be really, if I wanted to, I could get a job at a like a hentai animation company, just blurring dicks.
Let's go.
True,
and
actually.
vaginas.
Bro,
I feel like I'm
Japanese porn,
yeah.
bro.
Like I feel like I'm skilled enough in that now to do that.
True, you actually have, like, industry experience, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you have industry
What the fuck,
experience.
Danno? Nothing but dicks and butts.
Yeah, I just tuned into your stream, dude. What the fuck?
I think it's a good start. Thank you for that, Jared. I think you had a very interesting week.
You know. Check in next week, see how it goes.
Yeah. Bav, what about you, man? What have you been up to?
my week started off pretty decent. You know, just casual time at work, slaving away, doing the thing. It was just a couple days ago where it really picked up. You know, restrictions have lifted here, which is really nice. So I'm actually able to get back to training now. So I was able to go back to the city and do my first 2 days of training, which was awesome. And I switched over to like a new company with new trainers and stuff like that. And man, they really gave me a workout. Like the first day, they made me do like 100 squats. So now I can't even go like up the stairs.
That's fucked, dude. I mean, hey,
Dude,
I'd be doing Ring Fit Sundays and doing squats, and I do like 10, and I want to die. So
Right?
good on you,
Fucking
dude.
Brutal. So like 100 squats and like push-ups and like sit-ups and leg raises and all that, and then we got to the actual training, learning how to redo everything, you know, after months off and all that, which is really nice. And getting to meet new people, which is pretty fucking sweet. And it was also really nice being in city and getting out of, you know, this hellhole for a little bit, which was
Yeah.
a nice break, a nice change of pace. But other than that, just on my free time, I've just been binge watching a shit ton of Scrubs. So that's been a pretty steady week for me.
Very nice. Very nice.
Is that through Disney Plus?
What's that?
Is that through Disney Plus?
Well, originally I started on Amazon Prime, but Amazon Prime has the fucking audacity to
make
play
you pay.
trailers for their own shows before each episode. And it was driving me nuts. Like, I already pay for your service. Why are you advertising to me on your own service?
See, I don't get like every episode. I get like the first episode I watch and then it goes away.
It was literally every episode when I first started it, and it drove me crazy. And then when it got added onto Disney Plus, I switched over to Disney Plus.
Okay.
I like Disney Plus much better anyway, so it's been nice. And that and then add on Futurama in HD, can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
So
Shit, they got Man Seeking Woman.
yeah, they do. They have that. I've been rewatching Last Man on Earth as well on there. So
Yo,
Disney Plus just has like the A game right now.
I'm gonna tell every
Yep,
motherfucker
stars.
I know to watch that show. Holy shit.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
I was actually pretty surprised they added like a bunch of shit to Disney Plus, and it's funny because I had it for the first year. I used it a couple times, and I mainly have used it as an account that I let other people use. And then it wasn't until it renewed, and I was like, fuck, I didn't want it to renew. So it renewed $100 for another fucking year. And I genuinely did not think I was going to do it. And it really disappointed me because I didn't have money at the time. And you know what? I'm kind of okay with that now because they added the original seasons of Family Guy. Like, all of them. Literally fucking all of them.
All in HD.
Dude,
all in HD.
for real. So I was pretty happy about that.
They put Family Guy on Disney Plus.
I know, right? But it felt like it was like the general step in the next direction because
Yo,
they had Simpsons already, and that's like
Yeah,
right,
that's Fox and
Simpsons.
shit.
And like in the States, right, Disney owns Hulu, so Hulu already has all that cool content. So for the rest of the
Bro.
world, we get Star now, which is awesome.
Good
Disney
point,
is a
good point.
fucking empire,
Right?
bro.
Yeah, they're a
It's
little scary.
fucking empire.
Someone made an interesting point to me a few days ago at trading, and they were telling me how like Wrong Turn, like the horror movie, is now on Disney Plus. And Wrong Turn, I don't know if you guys know, has one of like the most gruesome rape scenes in cinema history. So like one of the most gruesome, grotesque rape scenes is now available to watch on Disney Plus.
Well,
So that's
Bro,
don't sound so fucking ecstatic about it. Jesus Christ.
Yes! Oh my god, they added that.
Let's go!
Bro, they added Jennifer's body. Yo.
Yo, talk to me when Irreversible's added.
Yes. Fucking. They added so many stuff. Like I'm surprised that Disney have this. Like Deadpool.
Yeah.
What, so many horror movies. Poltergeist. What else?
the
28 Days
Alien
Later.
franchise and the Predator franchise are on
Yeah,
there
Alien
too.
too. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's
You guys
pretty
should-
good.
you
Die
guys
Hard, bro. Die Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, John McClane's finally a Disney princess.
Yo.
Right.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So I something I wanted to bring up for the first episode
Man.
was I don't know about you, Dara. I'm intrigued
Yeah.
to hear, or sorry, I don't know. I'm gonna refer to everybody as their first names at
Get
this
out, boy.
point because it's fine. But Dara, I don't know if you have any history with like movie making or like any of that shit.
I
Works in
made.
the cinema.
Yeah, true. You
I worked
might
at
have
a
more
cinema.
experience than us, but
and back in, because I went to an adult school, because they kicked me out of high school, and I joined this class at cinema, and I made like 5 short videos.
let's go.
I'm not proud of them because they're so shit. I was like, ugh, so bad. Some of there's one I made like it's silent. It's like a silent black and white movie, and like I didn't have to write a script for that, but just like just movement. So I was happy with that one. But the rest, oh my god, I had to act in them and film them. I was like, no, I don't like looking at myself act. I'd rather be behind the camera.
That's
just
fair.
Film.
That's fair. So
there's one.
oh yeah,
Oh, no, go ahead, sorry.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, there's one where I made with my friend because our teacher gave us like topics. Okay, there's one I made with my friend is like has to be 2 minutes and it has to be 2 people like having a conversation, and it was me and my friend. We went to the park near the school, and we filmed in one day with my phone. And
Did you write
It
the
was like-
conversation? Or did you just
we
improvise?
both wrote, but then we also like improvised, which also worked out. And we had to we fought like he had a bow and arrow and I had like a sword, but my sword was the lightsaber that I brought from home. So we were just fighting, and we stopped every time cars passes by or kids just come to the park. We're just like stopping, just standing around like waiting for them to leave.
And what?
awkward.
And hold on, that was during the filming process, or is that in the video as well?
No, during the filming process.
I was like, if that's in the video, if you guys just stop it.
And just stop mid fight. We just hear kids in the back though, and just like, but at the end of that movie, like we start fighting, blah blah. At the end, we do a slow motion take, and the slow motion take we put the to be continued meme,
Oh my god.
like the JoJo thing.
Oh
We
yeah.
put that, and, yo, everybody clapped in the class. I was like, all right, I did good. I
Yeah.
did good.
Standing
Let's go.
ovation.
I was like, yes. At least everyone laughed. So that's
Yeah.
good.
That's
no,
what
yeah.
counts.
And I did also YouTube videos with my friend. Like
See,
we stopped.
I feel like everybody, at least once in their lives, has like made a let's play of some sort or like a YouTube video. God knows I did.
Mm.
I made them in like middle school, but they were not good. Let's just say that. I don't know if you guys did that as well.
I did. I had a channel back in middle school. I made little like short clips, but like unedited videos, just little short clips. I made like 20 of them, and I hate. Like I look back, I'm like, oh god, this is so
Okay.
bad.
We're
But
just
like recently, like 2019, I made like 4 videos with my friend. One we're now proud of, and the other ones we're kind of proud. It's like one of them he didn't have his license, but I had to teach him how to drive. But it was like, it was so funny because in the beginning he just gets naked and gets in the car. I'm like, no, don't. It's like,
Wait, hold on. He gets naked and gets in the car.
He gets naked and like, cause that's one of his biz. Like he gets naked and like gets in the car. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You just go get your clothes. And like, you know, we're trying to be funny, but we're not.
I see.
Yo,
he hit so many bumps and shit. Like,
yo, I ain't usually a proponent user of this word, but like, ayo, pause.
Yeah.
Pause on that. My bad. Yeah, for that. Pause. My mom got mad at me because I showed her the video and she's like, "Does she have his license?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "It's just for a video. We didn't get caught by the cops."
Jesus Christ. Well,
could you imagine if he got caught, no license, and he's naked?
I mean, I had no. He had his clothes on after, but like I had my license, my probation license, but he didn't have his license, so it was like at least we didn't get caught, so we're fine.
Yeah, that's true. For us, so just to make sure, Dara, you did that in like a class in school?
The one with my friend, that was like 2019. That was just us making video, but the one with the silent movie and the fighting, that's in class.
Okay. So for us three, the other three of us, we all were in like the same class in high school. It's called Comm Media. And basically what it is like you get an idea of all of the shit behind the scenes, how to write a script, how to do all that shit, and you do projects using like different equipment. It was really cool. There was a lot of cringe, but there was also a lot of good that came out of it. Personally,
Stop it.
Bhav, are you okay?
Are you good?
I was just I don't know. My mic probably can't pick it up, but I was slapping myself.
I heard it.
To stop.
Yeah, no, we heard you have a little moment there.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, basically, we all made movies, and for every year that we were in the class, we had like a final film, and usually it was like a pretty big undertaking. I don't want to go first, but like I kind of have to because I brought it up, and this is sort of what we're talking about. But my first movie was a mockumentary, sort of in the vein of like a The Office or Parks and Recreation, because I was really into that at the time. And I was like, yeah, that'd be funny. And I'll admit, and I think, I don't know about Jared and Bhav, maybe you guys can attest to it, but I thought it was pretty fucking funny. Maybe not for the reasons why I thought it was funny back then, because as I found that as time went on, it got funnier. And actually, it's something that I want to show on stream one day, to just do like a watch along or something. But basically, this kid gets he lives with his mom. Most of the time, I just kind of write myself into it, not in like a serious way where it's like cringe, but in a funny way where like I'm the one who's always acting. And this kid lives with his mom, and he's fucking lazy, doesn't do shit, doesn't do dishes, doesn't do nothing. And his mom kicks him out. So what he decides to do is drive out to a forest and live in the forest for like a week. So it's basically like a day by day of this like scruffy kid living in the forest, and it's just...
I think you mean the bush.
The bush, exactly. And thus the name Bushman. It's just full of a bunch of bullshit, to be honest, but it's pretty great. Favorite scenes of it are Bhav actually had a... Have you ever seen Ed, Edd n Eddy?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking fucking all of you. I know Bhav you have because you gave me the plank.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah, so there's the character Plank, right? And he's a fucking plank of wood, and he has like this stupid little face on him. But I have Plank, and then I have, similar to Castaway or whatever, with
Wilson.
Wilson, like Wilson, the volleyball, except instead I drew like a kawaii anime face and called it Wilsina. And basically, those are my two friends, and I go on my stupid wacky adventures. I also I cook goldfish on a pan over nothing. It's pretty good. There's some good content in it. It was one of my favorite things I worked on, and I think my favorite thing about it is that the video, or like the short film, was supposed to be like 2 minutes long, and I had the longest one being like 9 minutes. But
bro, I went through your channel and I found it. Let's go.
Yes, let's go. No, definitely, like I plugged my YouTube in the chat here, but it's something that I definitely recommend everybody watch just to see how good a bad movie can be. Because then you have the stuff on the side where it's like in a shot you'll see like my bag with my tripod in the background, or like my script. Favorite part that Bhav showed to me like 2 years later is a part where I go, yeah, I have like a list of things I have to do, and in the movie the character's name is Troy, and my dumb ass put on the list of things that he has to do
Daniel's list.
Daniel's list of fun, or
Go
whatever.
to house, charge phone, sleep.
Yeah, man. Like I literally never noticed until like 2 or 3 years later when Bhav mentioned it, and I was like, holy shit, this is like, it's one of my favorite things I've ever done. It was hard, by the way, because I was like literally in the forest in my backyard, because I lived on an acreage at the time, and fucking mosquitoes everywhere. Even in some of the shots, I'm like batting away a mosquito in my face. It was so perfectly horrible. I love it. But I guess I'll let one of you guys tell one of your guys' movie stories, whichever one you find is the best. Bhav or Jared, you guys alive?
No, I'm still here. I'm just trying to think of a good one. But,
While you think of one, I'll tell my second one, because I think my second one's pretty good too. It was kind of based on like the idea of getting like a superpower, but then also what the fuck was it? I think at the time Markiplier did like a little short film thing on his YouTube channel, and it was that he got like a microwave in the mail or some shit, and then every time he put something into the microwave, it would turn it into popcorn. And then basically it takes like a turn for the worst, and like he can't stop making things into popcorn or some shit. It's been a long time since I saw it, but that was sort of the idea. And I was like, I kind of like that idea, but I'd like to like flip it on its head a little bit and like, I don't know, just make it my own. So I made it that, oh man, there's so many good bits. I make it so that this kid, the idea behind it is that he gets the munchies, but it obviously doesn't, you know, flat out say it, because it was high school and I would probably get in shit for it. So he's playing his Smash Bros. He puts down the GameCube controller and he goes, excuse me, he goes to the kitchen. Yes. Did somebody say bless you?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I do the same thing, and I've had people get mad at me for saying bless you when people burp or whatever.
People cough and I say bless you. And
Hey,
too.
is it a sin to get blessed? No. Anyway, point is, so he goes. He goes. Yeah, that's true. But he goes to the kitchen, right, to go get like a snack, to go get some munchies, and then basically there's no snacks, and he goes and it was fucking dumb, but I was like, I think it's funny. He prays to a shooting star that he can get candy and treats and shit whenever he wants. The next day, doorbell rings and he has a package on his doorstep, and it's a box, and he opens the box and he has these gloves in it, and the gloves he's like, oh shit, gloves, and he sees this warning label that literally says if you put them on you can't take them off. He ignores it and he throws it on the ground, rips up the shit, whatever. Funny sound effects, it's haha funny. And he puts he puts it on, and he can't take off the gloves. And then from there it's basically a montage of him turning things into candy, me using my editing skills at the time, which in hindsight it's actually really not that good, that editing that I did, but still for what it was, I think I managed to do a good job. But still, then he ends up turning my, at the time, stepdad into a Reese's peanut butter cup bar, and it was pretty funny. I liked it. And then as I run in a worried hurry, I go and I like cry to the heavens, like, why have you forsaken me? And then I put my hands on the earth, and the earth does a little, like a pop sound, and turns into a donut, and that's the end. I basically ruined the entire story for anybody who wants to watch it, but it's funnier when you actually watch it. Point is, that is, and I genuinely mean this, one of the best things I've ever made. I just think all the comedic timing was on point. Similar to Bushman, it's hilariously bad, and I love it. And to Jared and Bhav, Benji in the chat says below average was pretty dope. I don't know if you guys want to tell him that story, but
Oh man, that was a very fun time. Honestly, I think that's something Jared and I both look back on and like. Well, I can't speak for Jared on this behalf, but I felt like that was just a really fun project.
What does Jared feel on that? I've been curious.
Stress.
It was very stressful.
Yeah, I think back to it, and it's just stress. It was a lot of, because it was something Bhav and I had thought about, like even the year before.
Yeah.
Our friends bailed on us for lunch, so Jared and I were just alone, and we normally sit in like a stairwell.
Did you say friends or fans?
Our friends.
Okay.
Our fan club.
Yeah, I thought I dead ass thought you said fans, and I was like, hold on,
definitely not.
Dial it back a moment there.
And so we just started we started talking about Coen Brothers or something, and one thing led to another, and then we just started pitching a movie that was very based off the Coen Brothers style of doing things. Just what we saw it as is take a regular character, put him in a really ridiculous situation, and exploit it to make it as ridiculous as possible, right?
Yeah.
And that's just what we started off with, and we came up with this idea of a student kidnapping a teacher, but he kidnaps the wrong teacher.
Yeah,
is what it originally started as, and it just grew and grew and grew.
There are some honestly really funny bits in that movie, man. I think I think one of my favorite things is what you guys. I don't want to ruin it, but you guys had to change up the ending a bit. If you guys want to explain that story, because that's unfortunate but kind of funny.
I want to know. Say it.
I don't even remember the original ending.
Something with blood, I think, is what we had to change up.
The only thing I can remember was the bullet switch in the air.
Yeah, the bullet. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. Okay.
So what was that supposed to be originally?
So originally it was supposed to. Okay, so like we were saying, like I was saying with how Bhav and I had originally thought of this idea like a year prior. So we started talking about it, and then by like that following fall or maybe even winter, we had started working on the idea more, developing it. And then, for the last year of the course, it's, in previous years, it's like, hey, you do this little thing, you do that little thing, and then their final project is this.
Yeah.
And for the last year, your whole project is just that film.
Yes.
And so it's like 5 or 6 months you get to do it. So Bhav and I had started developing the idea more and more in that first 2 months of those 5 months. So like the first third of like trying to figure out like what is the story? What is this? What is
it
that?
out and bring it to life.
Yeah. And so we were like, okay, what would be the more logical progression of this? So we started having this idea of these two police officers, and they're the ones investigating the crime and blah blah blah. And as we started developing more and more, we had the idea, we had our first draft, and we were like, cool. Submitted it. Teacher was like, this is awesome, let's go for it. And we were like, awesome, cool. And then we started filming, but parts of it we were still writing as we were filming.
Yeah.
As in typical unprepared fashion.
Yeah.
Slackers.
And yeah. And so we were spending like, how do we? Okay, so like, what do we do this? And then neither one of us drove, so that was like a big hindrance.
Yeah,
at the time.
True.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So we're just like, we're trying to figure out like, okay, how do we be in charge of this thing, but have none of the actual capabilities of being in charge of this thing?
Yeah.
And so
it's pretty much our lives.
Yeah. So we kind of rewrote sections of it just so that we didn't have to work with certain people, and would like limit the number of people we had to work with to make sure we could finish the thing on time, because schedule just didn't work out.
Yeah.
And so I think there was one other idea we had before it, but then we came down to this idea of a very large portion of the film takes place in a barn or like a farmhouse.
Yeah.
And so we were like, how do we make sure this works? We need some sort of logic to this location. It doesn't just exist. They didn't come across it. What's the story for that? And so then we developed that. We're like, okay, what about this? And okay, that could work, and blah, blah, blah. And so we we notified our teacher like, hey, so we made a couple changes. What kind of changes? Told him the changes. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, doesn't change too much. Go for it. Cool. And so we get down to, I think, the last month before the film is due. Well, that's typically like in the last month. That's when people are editing.
Yep.
And figuring out the last couple things. You know, how do I tweak this? How do I make that better? We were still filming like the second half of the film at that time.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were like, how do we speed this up? How do we make this quicker? And so then we had there's at one point in the movie where someone trips and shoots their head out, blows their brains out.
Ooh.
And so we were like, okay, well, clearly we've established the rules of that this world is just kind of filled with bumbling idiots.
Yeah.
And so then, yeah, buffoons, and also like just logic is kind of ridiculous at times. And I always had this idea in my head for a long time of a scene where someone fires a gun in the air. Because you always see people fire guns in the air in movies.
Yeah.
And nothing ever comes of it.
Where the bullets go?
Yeah, where the bullets go, you know? Like, those don't
Like
just
where?
disappear. And so I had the
This
funny
is like
idea.
literally the exact conversation that we had when we pitched this.
Yeah, so I just had the idea of like, what if the bullet just came back down and like these guys were in our heroes were entrapped in a situation they couldn't get out of. They didn't see any way to get out of it, and the people who were entrapping them fired their guns in the air, and it was just a matter of waiting it out. And then a bullet would just come down and almost like I forget what that thing is from Pulp Fiction where they say divine intervention.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, when divine intervention will step in and just fix it for them.
But that's basically the end of the movie, isn't it? Am I
Yeah.
wrong? Yeah.
Yeah. So they're like, yo, like that happens, and they're like, I don't know what to believe anymore. I'm tired of this. Let's go home. And then so they go home, and then what's that song called? I don't give a damn about
Bad
Joe.
Reputation.
Yeah, Bad Reputation by Joan Jett or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It plays, and then they just like drive off and go home.
Yeah, it was a interesting time. I would say, like, you said stressful, and I feel like that encapsulates our last year of movie making to a T.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, like, you guys were under a lot of stress, but I gotta tell my perspective real quick. So like Jared was saying, you know, you're the final year of Commedia.
Oh, yes, I should also clarify that we had Dan in our film too.
Yes, I was
Yeah.
in. And then this is where my story sort of ties in. So this is grade 12, okay? You need about 24 credits to pass school and, to graduate. And usually they say, okay, 25 is the limit. That way, it's safe and there's no way you can fail. Yeah, I graduated with 24, and that 24th credit was Commedia. And
Really gambled it.
I really fucking gambled it there. I dropped out of a chemistry class because I said fuck chemistry. The teacher was having a baby and had to step away, and he was a really good teacher. And then we just had substitute after substitute, and then we had a shitty one, and fuck her. But I said fuck it, and I really gambled it, because then what ended up happening was, and it kind of became the bit at our little premiere, but Miriam in the chat, the substitute sucked ass. She's right. No, she did suck ass, man. She was a bitch. But point is, everyone except for one person in our class asked me to be in their movie. So I ended up spending more time combined on everyone else's movie than my own. So I as well was basically in the last month. I shit you not, on my last day of classes filming. And then finally I went home. I filmed the last scenes I needed to do, got back to school, put them in the movie. I fucking missed a couple shots, which really killed me, but it worked out okay. It wasn't that big of an issue. But I was disappointed in my film, to be honest. And people actually said I got actually a lot of good positivity from mine, because like I was sort of hyping up my other two movies before because they were really funny and really stupid, and like kind of just they encapsulate me as a person, right? And I think that's really cool when your art can do that. But this one I went for a more serious approach because for 15 minutes, being funny for 15 minutes is a lot harder than being funny for 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I really buckled down and tried to write a story that was really different and could really relate to people. So mine was more like about depression, and I still don't think I did a very good job at it, but a lot of people with mental health issues really, it spoke to them. So I appreciated that. But basically, it's, a kid wakes up and it sort of goes through his day, and then it seems like everything's okay, and then the next day he sort of wakes up and he can't move, and he passes out, and he wakes up in another world. And it's kind of funny because I just had to use whatever locations I had. Even though I had a vehicle, I like to stick to my own, and I'm very independent. Sometimes to a really bad point. I only got help from like a couple people on this film. It was mainly just me. And what ends up happening is he's in this forest, and a great spirit sort of speaks to him and tells him like, hey, you're gonna be in this sort of, I guess basically purgatory is what it is, until you can figure out your own self-worth and all this shit. So he's kind of in denial. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I'm fine. And then it shows that all the scenes from the first scene of the movie are kind of like only a slight piece of the pie, and he's actually very depressed. He has a lot of social anxiety, I guess, and a lot of issues, and he's taking it out on his mom and whatever. And then what ends up happening is he figures it out over time, and there's a lot of cool cinematography, a lot of cool symbolism. I got this, if I can just speak on it for 1 second, I got this really nice shot of a butterfly on like this chair that the character like sits in. And I got a shot of it taking off and flying off of the scene. And I think that was really, really magical. My only problem was that the audio mix was so fucking quiet that at the premiere it was like borderline unhearable, which that made me kind of sad. But point is, I did it and I graduated. But I worked on many other movies, and holy shit, was that a mistake. I was happy to work on your guys's. Even though it was like the last one I worked on, you guys had your shit down to an extent, and we knew what we were doing. It was still a little depressing because I was like, holy shit, I've been spending, I shit you not, 2 months straight going to other people's locations, driving. I'm the one driving, by the way, half the time. And I'm also in high school at the time, part-time working, with barely any money. And oh, hi Ryland. Ryland's in the chat. What's up? She says yay. And I was really struggling, but we made it work. And yeah, you guys had me play what I would say is my favorite character to play, which was this fucking stupid ass gangster wannabe. It was so good and so dumb. I loved it, man. I loved it. I also get my knee shot out, which was awesome.
Yeah. My favorite thing about like working with you was like Jared had to leave at a certain point for like a week, and he left me in charge, and he's like, please get this done. And I do that one scene with you where we introduced your character, and I made you dress as ridiculous as possible.
Yes.
And I bring it to Jared, and Jared looks at me dead tired. He's like, what the fuck is this?
It's like that. It's like that. It's that saying, you had one fucking job.
I'm like, it's the work of art, my guy, and it turned out perfect.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
It turned out, yeah, you say that as you can see you in the reflection of the whole scene.
Oh god.
Oh man.
Okay, you know what was really funny though is okay, if you could see it in the reflection, I almost certainly can guarantee you would have seen the script too.
The script.
So
you can see the script on from the TV.
So to give an idea, we filmed this part in my old room, once again on the acreage. And the way my room was situated was really cool. I had one room for sleeping and like whatever, and then I had another room for like my big TV and my old, holy shit, my old PC setup. And what I would do is I connected my PC to not only the one monitor, but also the TV. So what we did was, we were like, okay, we can just pull up the script on the television, almost like a teleprompter, and then I can just sort of read it, go, okay, we're good, and then we do the scene. What we didn't think about was that right behind me, so I have a couch, and then on the other side of the room, we have the TV with the desk, right? So there's the couch where I'm sitting and where the scene is being shot, and behind the couch, we have this giant picture. And I actually, at one point, I'll have it in the background of my streams. I don't have it just yet, but it's this giant picture. It's glass finished. It's really nice, but it's glass. So you can see in the reflection Bhav on the camera, as well as very clearly the script in the fucking 4K TV's monitor. Oh my god. Once again, it's just classic high school filming, but he had one job. It was good though. Didn't we have the bong in that scene too? Or did we take that out?
Yes.
No, we took that out. We filmed it first, and then we realized there's a bong in the background, and then we took it out.
I felt like we did that on purpose, dude. I felt like we were like, it'd be really funny if we had a bong, because I thought what your guys' idea at first was to have me take a rip from the bong, or is that totally just in my head?
I think that's in your head, because that would not be okay in high school.
I think you're gaslighting us right now.
No, I think I am gaslighting you, but I wish you guys did do that, because it would have been fucking funny.
Snitches get stitches.
If our teacher is listening to this, we did not encourage him to rip from a bong.
Yes, our teacher who has had no authority on us for over 4 years.
Also, weed is legal now. At the time of filming, weed was not legal, might I add.
Way back in the day.
Yeah, Miriam says if you left it there, maybe only a third of the audience would notice. That's true though. Not everybody would notice, but I can tell you right now, our teacher fucking would.
He would have, yeah.
He definitely would have, and he would have been so disappointed. Didn't he tell us? Okay. Didn't he tell us the worst film that he ever received was just a montage of this kid and his friends just taking bong rips, and making fat smoke clouds.
It was two kids driving around a car for 20 minutes smoking weed.
Yeah, and I think he said they were also oh yeah, sounds in there or some shit. Yeah. Also, what's up, Gavin, in the chat? What's up? Dude, yeah, comm media was a whole lot of fun. And honestly, I would say it is a part of the reason why I do what I do now. I love filming and I love writing scripts and stuff. I think my problem now is I don't have that push. Whereas back in high school, that was my way of graduating, was, finishing that fucking movie. Yeah. So I do wish that I had more of a push now, because I do want to make more YouTube content and shit. But, we'll have to wait and see for that.
Well, I'm looking at a $30,000 camera with a $800 lens attached to it if you ever want to do something.
Ooh, I see. You're saying you're going to buy that yourself?
No, I already own it.
You
I
own that
it.
shit?
Yeah.
Damn.
Bro. Alright, I'm coming over.
Yeah, we about to head over.
Give me 4 hours. I'll be there.
What was I going to say? Do you guys have any funny stories about our movie making experience?
No. I mean, I don't have any.
No, that's good. That's good. Then
I can think of.
No, that's totally fine. I want to tell one more story before we sort of get onto another topic here. So this isn't my first rodeo with a podcast, and I was kind of hyping this up in our Discord chat because I have done. Oh man, I can't believe I'm telling this fucking story. Shout out to the people who were a part of that. If you're watching this, no harm to you. It was just really fucking cringy and horrible. But I was a part of a podcast a few years, a year or so after I graduated, with a couple of people that I also graduated with, and it was pretty off the cuff, because the guy who was doing it just messages me one day and he's like, "Hey, do you want to be a part of this podcast? Obviously, we've worked together in the past, and it'd be a lot of fun to have you speak, because you can just kind of say shit." Which is true. I do be saying shit. But in my head, I'm like, okay, so hopefully he gives me an idea of what we're going to talk about. What are some of the ideas, so I can, get ready for if there's a bit, or, if there's something I want to speak on. I think some people in the chat already sort of know where this is going, but Bhav already fucking knows. So, So some of y'all will know. And I go into this, and there's one of my other friends too, who's a guest with his girlfriend. I'm being vague, but also not vague at all, because it was really fucking funny. And
we're
really...
in the chat right now. Give me the podcast.
People know, because it was like I had to be a part of this thing, and I was like, I knew that I could sort of steer it in a good direction, but point is, there was no direction at all. There was no. First off, I got there, I was like, all right, this is out of my time. At the time, I think I was already working full time. I could be wrong on that, but I was like, okay, this is out of my time. Like, let's get this shit figured out. Nothing. No preparations. Is it still on YouTube? Dude, I don't know if it's still on YouTube. If I can, I'll send it to the people that I know in the chat.
I can ask Miriam.
Yeah. But point is, no preparations at all. No talking points. No nothing. And oh my fucking Christ, dude. So we get there, and it's just silence. And obviously, like, we started this podcast, 50 minutes ago? That was 50 minutes ago. Look at how much we've talked, right? We sat there for an hour.
50 minutes? The fuck?
Yeah, dude, I've been recording this for 50 minutes. So,
shit.
Dude, no preparation. And apparently, we were going to start telling jokes at a certain point. I know I'm not really a negative guy. I don't really like to be negative. But dude, this may have been one of the worst things I've ever been a part of. And that's saying a lot. That is saying a lot. I don't know where else to go with it. I basically, towards like 30 minutes in, I had to sit there and go, okay, I have to like turn this around and bring up a conversation talking point, because there is nothing here.
Like try to save it.
Exactly. Because I'm like, dude, yeah, I'm a part of this too. I'm a part of this too, right? Like, this is my dignity now. And as we're sitting there telling knock jokes, and I'm like, wow, this is fucking cringe. You really what pissed me off the most was I literally asked him before we started. I was like, hey, so like, what are our talking points, just so I have an idea? And he's like, oh, it'll be exciting, just you wait. And as he's saying that, he's sort of like stuttering and sort of like, it's still on YouTube. These motherfuckers. Okay, I will say, if it's still on YouTube, I would really appreciate it if you guys do not post it in the chat. Nothing. Just because, like, out of respect, right? Because I am kind of dunking on this fucking thing. But I just love the fact that.
Tell me this. Do you still talk to that person?
The
yes or no?
Gavin, that better be a troll, dude.
Oh, Gavin.
Gavin!
It's not.
Gavin, you are the absolute fucking worst.
You can delete it. Mod, delete that shit.
I don't actually. Wait, Jared, you're a mod.
Hold on.
You can delete the
Jared's
message.
just gonna check it out for himself at this point.
I'll delete it. Hold on. Give me a minute. I
have the link. I have the link right here. So.
Gavin!
What a savage.
Okay, well, you know what? Whatever, man. Whatever. It's fine. I was a part of it anyway, and streaming.
Hold on. I can't delete it for some reason.
All right, you know what? It's already there.
Do yourself.
It's out.
Okay.
No, it's
time out. 1 minute. Come on, Gavin, be better.
You timed out.
Bro, all of his messages are gone.
Yo, see, this is what I was waiting for.
Wait, Dan, you didn't tell me if you still talk to that person or not.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Okay, so I will say, like, 2 out of the 3 people I somewhat do. I will say one of them I sort of do. I would say that her and I are friends. The other 2 guests that were on there, like, I actually saw one of them the other day. So me and him are cool. So there's no issue there. There's some history, but nothing's there, and nothing against any of them, might I add. But for what that podcast was,
stop the cap.
No, for what that podcast was, dude, that was not acceptable, and I was embarrassed. People had secondhand embarrassment watching it, and it was fucking rough, dude. That's all I can say. Also, Gavin, you're not timed out anymore, so if you'd like to speak, you may. I'm just I can't believe it. This motherfucker. I'm like, oh, by the way, everyone, don't post this in the chat.
Don't talk.
To be fair, there's a chat delay, right? But like,
Yeah.
oh, that is the funniest fucking shit.
I don't know if it's still in chat or not. But...
No, it'll be in chat on the VOD. So if people want to take the time out to spell it out, He says
he gave you a warning.
I meant no disrespect, just trying to provide a service.
I would delete your VOD and edit that out of the VOD.
No, 100% I will. Okay. But the point is, I actually am I'm recording right now, so I'm deleting the VOD and then I'm reposting it after when I can do some editing. Point is, that is my story. Oh man. Well, the good thing is that Gavin, you gotta send me that at a certain point because I would like to watch it again. Because holy shit, is it cringe!
I posted it on the general chat on our Discord.
Okay, good. So we can all watch in horror of what I was a part of. And actually, I kind of do hope, to the people that were here for that little short moment, you can see how much I tried to salvage that. Because oh my god, whew, let me tell you, that was rough.
Hold on. I'm just gonna add that link to block terms.
Oh,
add. There we go.
Good shit, dude. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, that was good content though. I think with that, we can move to the next topic of discussion. Because Jared, I had mentioned it before, and I sort of wanted to let you know what it was about. And now you know.
Oh, the podcast thing. Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Anyway, what am I trying to do here? I'm trying to.
It's funny. It's funny you said all that, and then I'm seeing it now, and I'm like, oh yeah, I 100% remember this.
You remember it, right?
Yeah,
I was a part of that, and
God damn.
Yeah, I was a part of that. That's all we gotta really say. Wow, I really put it on full screen, and
I'm sorry for the loss of your time then.
No, it was okay. It hurt a little bit.
It hurt.
It hurt a little bit because like. Okay, here's the thing, right? When you're a part of something, and for me being like a creative person, I am, it's in the name, Danno the artist. I do like to have some sort of, I don't know what the term would be, I guess. Some form of, what would it be? Standard? Some form of standard? And I just didn't have that, So that was sort of my issue. Oh, fuck me. I'm trying to like take it off full screen so I can do this. But anyway, point is that's the story. It was rough. It was a bad time. But yeah, next thing we want to talk about. Next time.
A little bit pause.
Pause. True. The next thing I want to talk about is the beaten horse that cannot be beaten enough, and that is Spongebob. We were talking about it a little bit in the Discord, and I thought it would be kind of fun to talk about it on the podcast because I don't know about you guys, I'm a big Spongebob fan. I always have been.
Hell yeah.
Like my entire life, basically. I grew up on the VHSs and everything. And once again, sort of as a creative, I can respect integrity of like a product, I guess. And I just feel so bad for Steven Hillenburg. Rest in peace, man. Because from what I know, he didn't want spin-offs of SpongeBob, and they kind of keep doing that now. Like he died, and they're like, "Well, fuck it, we don't give a fuck about integrity." So what I'm trying to do right now, just podcast JPEG, is 2 shows. We had Camp Coral, which is fucking trash. And then now we have a new one that they just announced, which is Patrick Star Show, which I cannot even begin to imagine how much Steven Hillenburg is rolling in his fucking grave right now.
Bro,
like the plot of it is really sorry, but like the plot of it is really fucking stupid when they announced it. It's like he goes back home to live with his parents and he tries to save like the neighborhood of some sorts by starting a TV show.
Oh, it's
like,
the Cleveland show.
Right? Like how's that?
Oh my god!
It just that's what it is. Right? Like how does that make any sense? to take a character that's notorious for being like the most dumbass character ever made, right? And you just his thought is to save a block with a TV show. Now he's gonna be like a big family guy. He's got like a little, like I don't even know what creature that is, but they got the sun.
Yeah, seriously, what the fuck is that thing? Honestly,
I would say it's like a squid.
That's what I was thinking. But Squidward's a squid, and he doesn't look like that at all.
I'm looking at Camp Coral.
Isn't Squidward an octopus?
Bro, that looks bad.
Wait, is he
Camp
actually?
Coral is awful as well.
No, he's Squidward. Shut the fuck up, Jared.
He's squid.
You fucker.
Shut the fuck up, Jay.
I'm more mad that he got me with that bait.
Why does everyone keep believing this shit I say?
Cause it's believable. I don't know.
That's happening a lot at work lately too, and I'm like, you shouldn't believe what I say.
So I'm gonna make this not as shitty. Hold on a minute.
Look how disgusting that is.
Can you please like take the fucking Camp Coral off?
No, it has to be on there. Wait. There's a reason why I'm doing it. There's a reason why I'm doing it. Hold on.
Yeah, no, I get it. You're making your thumbnail with everything we talk about, but like.
No. Hold on. Give me a second. I promise you, it will sort of be worth it.
Better be.
I hope.
Better be. Or
I hope. Oh, that reassured my confidence.
Okay, just give me a second, boys. Give me a second. All right. Point is, this shit makes me disappointed, and the reason why is because I think as a creative, and when you create something that is as beloved by so many, like SpongeBob, it does suck to see it go in this direction where, let's just be honest, trash. Now we haven't seen the show, so we can kind of say that. But come on,
well, in a sense, Jared and I did. I don't know if anybody else has seen the latest SpongeBob movie.
No, I have not.
I haven't. Yet.
The entire third act. So when they go to save Gary, they start talking about how good SpongeBob is because they consider him a criminal and blah. It's all this dumb shit.
Right.
And everybody brings up the story of how they met him at Camp Coral, and it literally cuts to them meeting him. Them meeting him at Camp Coral, and they didn't do this as like a group. It was one character at a time, where they would step up, talk about it, and then it would cut to them meeting SpongeBob at Camp Coral. Then it cuts back, and then the next character would step up and talk about meeting SpongeBob at Camp Coral, and then it cuts back to Camp Coral. That's how hard they were plugging this dumb fucking show in the movie.
We never see it coming.
Right, in a sense, that movie just became an extended version of Camp Coral itself, which is just awful. And that's why the new animation was so shitty as well. So this is like a movie where I just wanted to punch the movie screen. So how fucking stupid that decision was.
Oh yeah, it also goes against the canon of some of the other stuff.
Okay, that's exactly what I was gonna get to. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. But episode 2.
Oh, that's fine.
Is when he meets Sandy, right?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Episode, that's when he meets Sandy, like her, like chopping trees and like, oh, you do karate too, let's go.
Yeah,
like, that's the first episode or second.
Right,
I think.
and even episode 1, how he meets
Karate.
Mr. Krabs and Squidward by working at the Krusty Krab, and all of a sudden, he knew them from camp.
Yeah, like
How does that, like?
It's cringe, is what it is.
Yeah.
And I hate it, and it sucks, because it's like, this is something that I grew up with, so I to an extent do care about it. And obviously it's like, oh my god, it's a children's show, like, get over it. But no, like...
I mean,
it's a legacy.
We grew up with it.
This is my children's show.
Yeah, exactly.
I love SpongeBob so much that I 100% fucking battle Bikini Bottom.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you do that on stream, or did you,
No, I didn't. I finished the game, but I didn't 100% it on stream.
Yo, it was fucking rough trying to watch you do that fucking bungee fishing.
What bungee? All of
When you were in
one.
the tower and you kept jumping off with Sandy, being like, how am I supposed to get these last boxes? I was like, yo, just go with SpongeBob, my man.
Oh.
Bro, I suck, okay? God. No, I mean, I 100% the game finally. It's the first game ever 100% on my Steam.
Wow, good for you.
What, did you finish it yesterday?
No.
Yo, hey, hold up. We got a fucking 5 gift subs? Thank you. Thank you, Miriam. Very cool.
Where'd you get the money?
Oh, shit.
Stu, where'd you get that from?
Oh, shit, man. But yeah, it's a little... I don't know, man. A little aggravating because it's it seems so heartless. I guess the meme is soul versus soulless, right? And this just reads to me as soulless. And I don't know. Like, okay, let's be real here, right? We kind of saw the writing was on the wall with like the past few things that they've been doing. I felt like the third SpongeBob movie as a whole was just super unnecessary.
Well, they had started working on that before
he
died. It was just that he died during production.
Right.
And it like kind of changed and became a different thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Still trash though, you know. That's sort of the problem. Hold on a minute. I hope you guys enjoy what I'm about to do here. Ready? Let me move this. Burn it. Burn it all.
Burn the whole shit. Burn the whole shit.
Yo, CD Pip, you better fucking reformat that sentence real fast.
What the fuck did he say?
Or I'm gonna fucking hit that ban button. On God.
We can confirm Camp Coral over anything after the first movie. Disagree.
Never seen that second movie.
Yo, actually, yeah.
I hope your hand gets caught in the door.
You guys.
Yo, CD Pip, I hope you enjoy being timed out, my man.
No. Don't do him like that. Pip with the happy face. Oh shit, you guys are too much,
stop
man.
the cab right now.
So I will say too, like I actually quite enjoyed the second movie. I thought there was actually some funny parts about it. I thought the fact that they had a song by Pharrell Williams was really funny. For like the that part when they're like going through the gate or whatever the hell.
Bargate, yeah.
Like the acid trip of the trial.
The acid trip, yeah. And it's like the children cheering and shit. I like that.
And then wasn't the rap battle at the end done by like the Epic Rap Battle guys?
Yeah.
Between the.
I didn't actually know that. That's interesting.
Yeah. It's actually the guys who do Epic Rap Battle history.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool.
Let's see. What's a stupid? Oh, we can just do Impact. That's funny. Impact is a funny font.
Impact.
And then
same with Comic Sans.
True. Comic Sans though almost on that teetering edge of overdone. You know, everybody likes to dink on
What
Comic
about
Sans.
Arial?
I feel like Arial feels like what I used Untitled Podcast font in. It just feels like that vanilla, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nothing against it, just feels vanilla as fuck.
Oh yeah, no, CD Pip, like that whole second, like the last third of that movie there where they turn into superheroes, not great, you know?
Yeah.
But
You know what?
Really
that first 2/3 is fucking. It's just.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Century Gothic, true.
Top tier SpongeBob.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know, but also, let's talk about the original SpongeBob movie for a moment, because dude, that movie is so good. That movie is honestly so fucking good. I don't know if you guys wanna tune in or chip in here, but I can't really think of a thing I dislike about that movie. There's a lot of
not at all.
There's a lot of bits that are like classics, and they
Actual
just
animated masterpiece.
Yeah, like genuinely. Movie. And then not only that, they start off with the sea shanty of the SpongeBob theme song. You got Goofy Goober Rock though. Also, oh fuck, I don't have my CDs out, but I that was like the first CD I ever owned was the SpongeBob movie soundtrack. My mom gave it to me. So that was a classic. I always listened to.
The game was great too.
True, I played it on the Wii actually, of all things.
On the GameCube.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. SpongeBob's legacy is in a weird spot now, where I feel like the direction that they're going with it is worrisome, because it feels like it's gonna keep going down from here. You know.
They should have just ended. You know. Like.
Yeah.
That's how I feel too. Is like it's been on for like more than 20 years now.
Yeah.
There's enough of it where if they literally ended it and started re-airing it from the start,
it's like
it'd be so new to like the current generations.
It's like, you know, right. Mr. Bean or Tom and Jerry, like, you know, it's done, but people like they still show it, and people new generations love it.
True,
you know?
true, yeah.
So just end SpongeBob, bro.
Yeah, speaking of Tom and Jerry, there's a movie now.
Yeah.
Was that trash or was that okay? I don't know.
I haven't watched it yet, but
I don't think
we
out
have
yet,
it. No, it is out. We have it
is.
at our theater.
Yeah,
but
it's been out for 2 weeks, I think.
Oh man,
February
it honestly,
22,
like the Tom and Jerry stuff looked fun.
You just want to watch it because of Chloe Grace Moretz, you pervert.
No.
No.
Tom and Jerry stuff looks fun because it's Tom and Jerry, but like the live action, like I hate when movies integrate like human storylines into stuff like that doesn't need human storylines. Why do we need a hotel clerk? You know, like
the
what
live
the
action doesn't like. Don't they learn from other like movies?
Oh, okay, hold on.
Right.
I know clearly there's more we want to talk about here, but I really need to steer this conversation into these new picks that came out of Space Jam.
Oh my God! Yes.
I
Yo,
heard
they
that she's like an Amazonian now with Wonder Woman or something.
They took fucking Lola Bunny, put her on a stone block that was used for circumcision, and just plopped her titties on it and went, yeah. They just took them.
They yoinked them.
Oh, yeah. I have a good meme for this one. Hold on a minute. I gotta find the Lola Bunny Space Jam 2. Hold up.
I haven't even seen the pictures. I don't know if I want to see them.
Okay, well, you know what I just said, Bev?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they did.
She has no titties.
Yeah, they took her fucking
Flat.
titties. They got her breast reduction surgery for her 21st birthday.
You ever seen Ed and Eddie Plank, the character? Boom, her chest.
Yeah.
Louder than a board.
Yeah.
Damn. But
Here,
what was that? Like, what's that Wonder Woman thing that I keep hearing about? That like apparently, there's like a part where she's like living with the I don't know what the people are called that where Wonder Woman is from.
Amazonians.
Amazonians, yeah.
You said it.
I don't want to be offensive, like Amazonian women. I don't know. Some people think that's, but like, anyways. Apparently,
Amazonians
she's
are
like living
women.
with them, and she's like Amazonian now, and she's like canon to Wonder Woman. Apparently, is what I've been seeing all day today. It was on Facebook.
Yeah, no, the leaks I heard were that has anyone here seen the Lego Batman movie?
I actually have not. I'm sorry.
I have no
Okay. Well, there's a sequence towards the second half of that movie where the universes of basically everything that Warner Brothers has kind of leaks into the Lego Batman universe.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it's from what I've heard, it sounds like they're doing the same kind of joke here in Space Jam. And there's a bunch of Warner Brothers properties making cameos in Space Jam. They had people hired in to be Jim Carrey from The Mask.
Wow.
Someone was there being Pennywise the Clown. Joker, I think, was involved too at one
Ready
point.
Player One? Let's go.
Yeah, basically, it was basically Ready Player One, but for basketball.
I mean, in one image you see like Bugs Bunny like CGI looking good, and like in the back there is like a bunch of characters. I'll show it in the chat. It's like I can see like Amazonian soldiers in the back and stuff.
Yeah,
I put in the general chat. You can look at it.
Yeah, from what I've heard, it's like they're gonna.
You see.
They're gonna have a bunch of cameos. I was hearing about Harry Potter too. Yeah.
I'll put it on the screen so people can see. Yeah, I'm interested, you know. I don't know though, man. I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I went back and watched Space Jam again for the first time in years. Look, it might be a hot take, but that movie doesn't really hold up, you guys. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it doesn't. It's not great.
It's really
like
like
you know.
No.
I get it.
Really
Yeah.
It's magical when you're a child watching
Yeah.
it, but when you watch it as an adult, it just nothing really hits right like it used to, you know?
Dude, I'm sorry. I love.
the song, like you know.
But Looney Tunes back in action.
Let's go!
Yeah,
Let's
that shit fucking murders.
Actually, I haven't seen that movie in years too. That's something I gotta watch. Holy
I
shit.
rewatched that recently, and
Nice.
boom, that movie fucking holds up.
Nice.
Man, every time that movie was on TV, I never missed it. It's
True.
so
I feel like that was on
Brendan
TV all the
Fraser,
time.
Brendan Fraser.
I miss him.
He's actually in a DC show right now.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Doom Patrol.
Yeah, he's in Doom Patrol, and then he's
Doesn't
also
he just do
in.
the voice?
He's a robot.
Yeah.
No, he's a robot. Like he's in the suit.
And then there's a movie he's doing recently that's like based off a play called The Whale.
Is it Moby Dick?
No, it's about some fat dude who's depressed.
What?
Yeah, I forget the context of the story. I'd have to look it up again, but
I'm gonna look it up right now. Hold on.
Yeah, it's like some.
The Whale. I found it. Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Search on.
Yeah, Dara, read the synopsis to us.
Okay, hold on. The Whale.
No, you probably found Black Sea or some shit.
No, I found The Whale 2011 documentary. Hold on.
Nope, that's still not it.
That's not the wrong one. Is this the one?
Just look up The Whale play.
From Darren Orkanovsky comes The Whale, the story of a reclusive English teacher suffering from severe obesity who attempts to reconnect with his estranged teenage daughter for one last chance at redemption. That's it. That's IMDb. Starring Brendan Fraser and based on the acclaimed play by Samuel D. Hunter. Huh.
Interesting.
Okay. His name is Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm going to. I hope you guys like what I'm about to do here.
I'm looking at it right now and I'm laughing.
Messed up. Look what they did to my boy.
Oh, I fucked up. No, whatever.
Oh, did you also hear like the fucking Mr. Potato shit?
What? No.
That's just political. I don't know if I want to touch on that.
Okay, we're not. Never mind.
Hold on. Okay, you can at least fill me in.
The people want to remove the Mr. from Mr. Potato Head.
Yes.
Yeah, it's more gender neutral and inclusive. But here's the thing, though. A lot of people didn't really, of course, they read the headline and never read the actual article. They're still going to be selling Mr. Potato and Mrs. Potato Head on their own. They're not getting rid of them entirely. This is just going to be like a third potato head with removable parts to just focus on inclusivity.
Wait, I can pull the dong off Mr. Potato Head now?
Let's go!
Yes.
So that's it. That's it. We're not talking about anything else.
Yeah.
I hope you guys like the what I've done.
I'm gonna need you to expand it. I'm looking at it, but it's so small.
Oh, it is quite small. Oh, your stream is delayed. I forgot.
I feel like they did the Lola Bunny thing because of how much especially Pixar in recent memory, their female characters have been so over sexualized for memes and videos and such.
Yo, I'm gonna be right back. I really gotta take a fat piss, so...
Yeah, and Lola's been over-sexualized for 20-plus years. What's your point?
Well, fair enough.
I mean, you watched the Looney Tunes show, the recent one?
Yeah, dude, she was super, crazy kinky in that one.
And she's like...
They made her I was gonna be like, yo, chill.
They made her kind of...
She was.
Wait, the Looney Tunes show. She was obsessed with bugs.
Yeah, she was overly obsessed with him and stalking him and stuff at one point. Yeah. I think because they they broke up or something in the show.
I don't know.
It was a realistic take on the Looney Tunes. What if they were adults living with each other, kind of thing. Is what the Looney Tunes show was.
Rabbit. She hasn't changed for decades still. Yeah, okay, but if she got fat titties, why are you gonna change it? You know what I'm saying? Hey, Miriam, tell me right now, what is Jessica Rabbit known for? What does she do? Can you tell me?
A rabbit. A
webbit. For fucking a rabbit.
Yeah. I'm defending your points.
Oh,
okay. Well, thank you.
What'd she say?
She said I'm defending your points.
Damn.
Who's the... Christina Hendricks. That's who I'm thinking of.
Christina Hendricks.
Yeah, she'd make a good Jessica Rabbit. Good
she would.
Rabbit.
She would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a fucking.
Wait, did you confuse Jessica Rabbit and Lola Bunny?
I think she did. Yeah, I think Miriam did.
Okay, no, she said, "Have y'all seen Jessica Rabbit?"
Yeah, I've seen Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah.
See her at least twice a week.
Who framed?
What's your fucking point?
Who framed Roger Rabbit?
Defending your point, sir, is what Miriam said.
Did y'all see Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
I have
Who Framed Roger Rabbit? But wait, if they change a little bit, does anything? Yo, if they do, I'm riding.
Let's go.
That's all I can say.
Yeah.
We're riding, boys. Going into.
Did he show up at the White House?
Yeah. Yo, Biden,
took
I don't
away
give a
her
fuck about
titties.
my $2,000 check. Where are my titties?
Does that mean they're gonna give Jessica a boob job too? Maybe.
It's about damn time, fellas.
Let Jessica's back rest. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit. They didn't circumcise Lola. Her tits just got saggy because of how long it's been. That's fair. Sorry, I'll read that out a little louder. Pip says they didn't circumcise Lola. Her tits just got saggy because of how long it's been. Which it has been 20 plus years.
Nah, see, you say that, but like, yo, she's wearing spandex under the shorts. They're trying to desexualize her.
That's true. That's true.
Say what you want. Give me whatever defense you got. I got a reason behind why you're wrong.
Yo.
Benji says they already changed Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Is that true?
They already changed Who
What?
I gotta wait, what? Wait, what?
Let me see.
Really, Ben is saying they already changed Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I don't know.
I mean,
what
that
it
movie
means.
came out in 1988. What do you?
What's
Like,
the,
how
what,
would they?
what's
What
the, what's
did
the
they just
sexy
like edit
bitches?
it down?
What's
or-
the sexy bitches
They
name?
edited-
Is there a re-edit of the movie?
Jessica
He
Rabbit.
says they edited the one specific scene.
Which one?
I don't know what scene is. I've never
The
seen
one where
the
she
movie.
shows up. Oh, you haven't seen it? There's one
Variety
scene, like,
first
shows
reported
up.
in March 1994 that observers uncovered several scenes of subliminal antics from the animators that featured brief nudity of the Jessica Rabbit character. Okay.
Let's go.
I'm just gonna see if I can find a laser disc.
Oh, he said the
real
car
quick.
crash scene.
Yeah, no, I searched up Jessica Rabbit and the first thing that shows up is car crash unedited.
Oh, that one.
Hold on.
She crashes a car and like we see her.
Hoo-ha.
underwear.
You see her what?
You see her
underwear.
hoo-ha.
Her
Oh,
hoo-ha, yeah. Hoo-ha.
Interesting. Also, I've been curious, like,
movies to boobs.
does it ever interest you, or not interest you guys, but I don't know, have you guys ever thought about how, The Simpsons, right? When they reached their, like, 20th anniversary, they made it such a huge deal. You know, all the promotional stuff, they had the movie, and I feel like that 20-year stretch for a show almost means nothing nowadays. I was just sort of thinking about, like, what is it? Fucking Spongebob, right? Reaching its 20th season or whatever. And I'm like, man, you know, they could have had like a big old celebration, whatever, and maybe they did, but like, it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like there's a legacy to the past, fuck it, I don't know, like even 15 years of SpongeBob, you know what I mean? I just find it interesting, because I feel like no other show made it such a big deal like The Simpsons did. And now they've reached 30 seasons and they didn't make a big deal out of
32
it.
seasons.
I think it's because like The Simpsons were the first to do it, and then they made such a big deal about it. So then when other shows were getting close to that mark too, right? They were like, "Oh, The Simpsons already did it. So why would we need to?"
It's like the South Park episode. Simpsons already did it.
Yeah, Simpsons already did. Like no matter how long your show has been running, The Simpsons has been running longer. So I feel like there's really no like sense of pride or accomplishment in that for most shows. If
Right.
that makes sense.
Right. Now that
Like,
does
like-
make sense.
They're,
Right?
they're gonna pass their. What was it? I think it was. I read the other day. It was like their 750th episode pretty soon.
For Simpsons?
Yeah, they're almost at 1,000, right? Is there any other show that's ever hit 1,000 episodes?
Yeah,
there's been a ton of shows that have hit 1,000 episodes. It's a matter of, in terms of animated show for modern audiences, like Western audiences.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh wait, it says here The Simpsons will reach its 700th episode in its 32nd season. Okay.
Yeah, and they've already been renewed for another 2 seasons already.
Fuck.
It was announced like a couple days ago.
I mean, since 1989, they've been going.
Oh,
on.
okay. So here, I'll pull it up on stream too. But I actually looked it up. The official list of longest-running scripted U.S. primetime television series, Simpsons is actually number 1. I didn't realize that.
Yep.
And Family Guy's like getting up there, cause they're up there too. And this is actually not even accurate, because they're over 20 seasons now, aren't they? Or they only
Family
have
Guy?
19?
Family
No,
Guy
they
is
just-
announced in the same time as SpongeBob.
Right, but they got
True.
canceled for a couple years in between there.
Yeah.
Right.
So they're like a few seasons. I think they're on season 20 right now.
Yeah.
Season, yeah.
Benji asked a serious question. Do any of you guys still watch The Simpsons? Absolutely not.
Me neither. I was actually binge watching The Simpsons when I first got Disney Plus, and
same.
I made a good chunk way through, but when I got to like the point of like the mid 2000s, that's where I really just started to tune out. I felt like the 90s they really nailed it, but then the mid 2000s where they started like to really lose their touch.
So there's a
I've
perfect.
seen a few modern episodes as well, but it just not for me.
So there's a perfect little a little thing here, and like I wish I had a graph to show it, but it's like in the first couple of seasons from like 1989 to the late 90s, you can see that time frame where they shaped the culture, and then 2000s and after they're trying to follow the culture.
Yeah.
So you start seeing episodes where it's like, oh hey, look, we have TiVo. Oh hey, it's the Z, and it's like an episode about the Wii. You can see that more and more as they got into the 2000s, and it was more like, hey, here's this thing that's going on in pop culture or whatever. Let's make an episode that sort of revolves around this. And then I think what the problem is it fails to hit the mark of doing anything special. Whereas I think something like South Park does it really, really well, where they find a way to make a really compelling, funny-ass story, and then it'll be of something super current, but also it'll never take a full side. It'll show points of views, and then you're kind of sitting there like laughing at everything. And I think that's why, like, personally, I think South Park is one of the funniest and greatest shows out there right now, because they're still doing it. They're still finding a way to make it interesting.
I think a big reason why what helps that so much is their 6 days to air thing.
Yeah.
Where,
no, 100%.
Where they make they write the show, animate it, and have it mix and mastered, all within 6 days.
Which is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, that's impressive as hell.
So
good on them.
You don't have like any backlogs or something?
No, they've been doing it like that since I think it was the early 2000s. They've been airing each episode making each episode in 6 days, and that's what helped them with this idea of staying so current. Like there was a few years ago, I think with the Trump and what's the other guy? Trump and Clinton election in 2016. They were waiting till the results of that election came out to finish animating their episode, because the results came out Tuesday, or it happened Tuesday, and their episode came out Wednesday,
which is fucking insane. So insane.
And they did the same thing back in 2008 with
Obama and Clinton, right?
Obama, no, not Clinton. Obama and
Mitt Romney.
I forget who. No, Romney was 12. I forget who ran against Obama.
It was Clinton in 2008.
Clinton, but there was someone else.
No, for Republican. Clinton's Democrat.
Yeah.
Obama.
John McClane.
Yeah, McClane. Or not McCain.
Yes.
John McCain.
Yeah.
McClane. I was like,
That's
what?
where it is.
Wait.
Yeah, hold up. Let's just see here. So, sorry, Benchy says, last time I watched Simpsons was when it premiered, season 21 or 22. Yeah, because, like, 20th season shit was kind of... They made it a big deal. So I was still watching, I'd say, even up until season 24, maybe. And then I don't have cable anymore, and there was just no way to watch the new ones, and I didn't really feel like it. And now, especially, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but apparently what, like, a lot of people allude to being, like, one of the worst Simpsons episodes ever is this Lady Gaga episode, where it's basically just a Lady Gaga episode, exactly that, where it's just like, hey, we got Lady Gaga on. That's the funny.
Yeah. The last episode of Simpsons I remember watching that was recent was a couple years ago, and it was one where Lisa was struggling with something about just identity, like always.
Yeah.
And she's like, but you don't understand it. And she was like comparing all these different artists and like how it's like, I think she said the Beatles at one point, and was like, it's like all of them. It was really just Paul. And then she's like, Trey and Matt from South Park. It's all Trey. Trey does it all. And I always thought that was really funny because it was just so random.
Yeah, that is very random.
Just a random call out to a rival animated show that has mocked you for years.
Yeah, right.
I will also say, like, I don't know if you guys watch it, but I kind of can't stand newer Family Guy. I don't know.
It's hit or miss for me.
Yeah, it is. For me, I will always choose Family Guy over Simpsons any day of the week.
Fair.
I just love Family Guy, and even though like the last decade plus their season quality has not been the best, I still go out of my way to watch every season, and I find there's like enjoyable episodes in the mix. Not every episode is great, but there's a few ones that are like, you know, interesting, new different takes that they try to do, and they're trying to change it up. I give them credit for that at least, but you know, the quality still isn't there.
Yeah. No, that's fair. For me, I find that like half the time I tune into a new Family Guy episode, you know, it's either, hey, they do a cutaway and then I don't know, it's like they don't try, in my opinion. Like, it'll be like, yeah, that's the joke, now laugh, or something.
Yeah.
Or like, it'll be like, yeah, that's the joke, haha. And, or something results in them screaming, and it's like, being loud does not equate to being funny. And I think that's the problem I have with newer Spongebob as well, is loud does not equal funny. Loud.
Yeah. They like cranked up the dial on being loud and more annoying.
And obnoxious, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like my brother watches... Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, sorry, go ahead.
I was saying my brother watches Family Guy. I'm like, why do you watch Family Guy? He's like, it's bad, but you know, I have nothing else to watch, so
like
I'll
background
watch
noise.
Yeah, but no, but he doesn't watch it as background. He literally eats and watches it. Yeah, so he just watches it. I'm like, he even talks to him. Yo, Family Guy is so garbage. He's like, yeah, I know. Well, why do you guys still watch it? He's like, you know, why not?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. You watch it.
There was a video I watched a couple years ago where it was like a video essay explaining the problem with recent Family Guy, and it broke it down of that the earlier seasons of the show told a lot more story and had less cutaways.
Yep, and that's super funny that you say that.
Yeah, it didn't rely on cutaways for jokes. It had random jokes just sprinkled into whatever the story of the episode was.
Exactly, yeah.
Whereas lately it relied more on cutaways.
Yeah, Melon's in the chat actually just said, Family Guy has too many cutaways. I counted in an episode, 10 out of 22 minutes were cutaways. And that's exactly the point, right? Like, that's exactly what we were just saying. Pip says, what TV show would you guys reboot or bring back? And I would say none. Except one. Only one. Because I personally am... I'm not against it, but I think...
Is it the same one we're thinking of?
Clone High?
No.
Clone High.
Clone High is coming back.
That's what I've heard.
That's what I've heard. But like, that's the only one I would, because they actually had plans for 2 more seasons, and I just want to see them finish what they wanted to do.
And it ended on a cliffhanger. I watched
the
whole. I watched the whole show like during quarantine, the first quarantine, and I loved it. It was great.
Easy access too. It's all right on YouTube.
I fucking love Gandhi.
Gandhi is so good, man. So let me. I just want to say my philosophy on reboots and you know, nostalgia. What I would say is like them almost feeding on your nostalgia. I personally, and I mean, I'm not alone in this. I know a lot of people feel the same way. I'm super against a lot of the Disney live-action remakes. I think they're fucking heartless. Not heartless, soulless. And totally more biting at nostalgia than actual creative dignity. Like, I think they're really just cash grabs. And they're 100% winning because they're some of the highest grossing films out there. But when people are like, oh, but it looks so good. It's like, yeah, it's great. It's a fucking tech demo for the technology they've done. It does not mean that it's compelling. It does not mean that it is much, heart went into it. And once again, it's like, dude, those movies from the Disney nostalgia bait, yeah. Those movies from like the Disney Renaissance, they're beautiful. They're gorgeous. Yeah. Why? There is no need to recreate them. obviously, like, everybody was sort of like, oh my god, like, not everybody, but a lot of people were like, the Lion King live action remake, super unnecessary. Of course, let's just get all these stars in here and, you know, make them talk as the live action animals. But I think that the biggest one that I hope is turning some heads, and I hope is kind of making people think about the media that they consume, is Mulan. Because that is horrible.
It was horrible. I watched it in theaters because my friend like did a event like, okay, pay $5 to come watch the movie, and I watched it with Miriam. Holy shit,
dude!
Miriam like loves that movie. She loves it, and she was like, "It's like, bro, this is bullshit. Like, where are the songs? Where there's nothing." She fucking does backflips. Chi bullshit. What the fuck is that?
I was stunned because I've never seen Mulan, so this is my first time watching Mulan, and I watched it a couple days before I moved back home, and
was it worth it? $32 then? Huh?
Oh, absolutely not. No way. The funny thing about it is I remember specifically the scene where I was like, okay, it's just bad. First off, the editing in one of those scenes, it's just cut after cut. There's no second to establish anything. It's just things are happening. It's just chaos. Never mind that scene alone in just being terribly edited, which, yeah, I think that says a lot. I think it does a lot negative to a movie. The scene where she goes and in the original she sings the song and she's getting dressed up. It's a big deal. She's doing it. She's gonna dress as a man and you know, all that shit. They just make it a 2-second scene and she rides off. There's no there's no pacing. There's no nothing. There's nothing there.
I watched the live action first, then I watched the original. Sadly, I'm like, yo, I went on Letterboxd and I put the rating for the movie fucking half a star. I'm like, I want to put 0, bro. Just give me a 0. Like, I want half, and I wrote fraud. It's a fucking fraud. It's a fraud.
Yeah, like, Miriam, exactly. She says it was supposed to be intense when she decides to change. Exactly. Yeah. It's a big moment in the movie. That's the whole part of her character.
They didn't add Mushu? Are you serious?
Yeah, that too.
Eddie Murphy?
Where the Murphy at? Yeah, it's bad, guys. The only one that I could say that I was kind of interested in that I felt was like, okay, it sort of makes sense because there actually is like a live action character with it. And I mean, it's up to you guys what you guys think, but The Jungle Book, because that was the first one they ever did.
It was good.
Yeah, it was acceptable, right? I don't know. That's just the way I feel about it. But
what about Aladdin?
I haven't seen that one.
It's okay. I like the songs.
I've heard that out of the live action ones, that one was like the most tolerable one, but I'm not sure.
Jungle Book and Aladdin were tolerable, but I'd rather watch the Jungle Book more than Aladdin.
Is Jared and Bhav still alive?
Yeah, sorry, I just didn't have anything to add because I've been boycotting like the live action remakes.
Well, I'm glad that I'm not the only one, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
I just don't believe in giving anything to them. Like people always make the case. And Disney has made the case that stories need to evolve.
No,
and
that's not. Okay, go on.
That's not what they're doing. Sorry, yeah, that's not what they're doing. Like you
exactly.
hit like the nail on the head with like it's just a cash grab. And this whole push for like to show off all of the technology that you have now, this push for CGI and CGI animation is just outright stupid. I think hand-drawn animation was gorgeous. It is beautiful. It still holds up to this day. I don't care what anybody says. Hand-drawn animation, even on today's television, it looks amazing. And I wish that a lot of like movies and things, if you're gonna remake it, then try to up the quality. You know, like re-release it with modern quality additions added to it. If that makes sense.
No, 100%. I think that was something that was kind of sad about going into, you know, the 2000s and the growth of CG animation is I think
Pixar movies are great.
Pixar movies are fantastic, and I think it's great. They push the some of them do suck, but they push the envelope, you know, and CG animation is you know, very good. But I think sometimes people confuse what might look realistic and what might be more closer to what we know in the real world for what is
photorealistic.
Yeah, like I don't know if I'm putting it in the right terms, but you know, for what is and obviously all the shit is subjective. You know, you can have your own opinion, but for what is artistically beautiful, I don't know if I'm really making much sense. But the way I feel about it is like with the rise of CG, and obviously because it's so much more easier to produce than hand-drawn animation.
Absolutely, it's like cheaper.
Yeah, it's just sad to see like a lot of hand-drawn animation be kind of shoved to the back burner, or people go, well, I don't want to watch that, I'd rather watch the CG one. You know what I mean? We were just talking about SpongeBob Camp Coral, and I think it's actually a pretty cool art style in my opinion. I haven't really seen the animation of it, but I do think that the art style
watched it.
Yeah, I don't think it's like great, but I think, I don't know. I just wish that people were more willing to give hand-drawn animation a chance now. And I'm not saying that isn't a thing, but I don't know, man. Just look at how things are going. It's not exactly the same as it used to be.
What the fuck am I looking at, Dan?
Blue Will Smith.
Jesus Christ.
It's not supposed to look good. It's supposed to look fucking garbage, dude. We put Untitled Saturday Podcast. They know what they're getting in for.
Fair enough.
I kind of wanted to make them stretchy though.
Monster Hunter movie? Garbage.
Yo, the Monster Hunter movie. I haven't seen that yet.
I haven't seen it either.
So you were Pip asked about what shows want to reboot or bring back.
Right.
That's what I was kind of thinking about here. I was being quiet thinking about what I'd want back. I arrived to 3 answers.
Okay, I'm ready.
First one is all 3 of them are kind of serious in their own way.
Okay.
Obvious one, Venture Brothers. I'm not up to date on the show, but I feel like that's a show that at the very least should get the proper ending it deserves.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't deserve being kicked to the gutter like how it did. The next 2, or you know what, the other one, Chuck. I don't know if anyone here's watched that show.
I know Chuck. Yeah.
Yeah, the NBC spy comedy Chuck. Really great show, really fun, really entertaining. I want that show back. That was just a fun show I liked.
Oh, it's Zachary Levi?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that
Where
one.
he worked at an off-brand Best Buy.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
was in the Geek Squad. Yeah. The last one is I don't know who here is familiar with the show, but 16.
Oh my god!
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yes.
I would like that show to come back in a more modern take, I guess. You know, maybe not their 16. Maybe now they're
27.
They're
27
or
Midlife Crisis. You know.
Yeah.
27, having fun in a place where they.
It's like Rugrats, but all grown up.
Yeah, basically, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the show.
Like
All
they're-
they're more adult now. You know, it's been 10 years later or something. They're
Yeah.
26.
That's true. I like that idea.
Maybe
I like
they
that
have
idea.
like teenagers to deal with on their own.
Yeah.
Maybe like they go that far ahead, but either way.
That's fair.
But,
I think those are pretty fair.
I don't know if you guys
Oh yeah,
know
go ahead.
this show called Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they just did one. I watched the first season. It was good. And they ended on one season. I was like, God damn it! I wanted to do it more.
That's a show that just like that's a show that I really love too, and
Yeah.
for the timing of it, it was perfect. But the reason like a second season didn't come back is because it launched so many careers, like
It
James
did.
Franco, Seth
James
Rogen,
Franco.
Jason Segel, and then like Linda, I forget how to say her last name. She went to go do the live action Scooby Doo right after that.
Yeah.
Velma.
It's so right. She
Oh.
became Velma and that, and then like what?
I just thought of another one.
Yeah.
Mystery Incorporated. I don't know who here's watched that,
I
but it
don't
was
think I have.
okay. It was an animated Scooby-Doo show that came out in the early 2010s.
Yeah.
And what the driving force behind it that made it so captivating was it had an ongoing mystery. Like there was their little bits and pieces of a story chunk or of a monster of the week here and there.
Right.
But for the most part, it was a serialized, serious Scooby-Doo story.
Yeah, like an
that-
overarching story that connected
Yeah,
every
that was
episode.
like it had like I think 20 some episodes a season, and holy fuck, it was so captivating.
Nice.
So yeah.
Scooby Doo, baby.